A man from Oakland, Arkansas is accused of making threats of a mass shooting if the country was locked down because of the hantavirus. The Marion County Sheriff's Office says that 20-year-old Aaron Bynum was arrested on charges of first-degree terroristic threatening and harassing communications. Investigators say the FBI received an online tip that someone on an online multiplayer video game had threatened a mass shooting at a local Walmart if the country were locked down due to the hantavirus. Now, they tracked it to Bynum, who was then arrested. He's being held on a $2,500 bond in the Marion County Detention Center.